The rise of digital-only banks. Are branchless banks the future? Imagine a world where every banking transaction, from opening an account to applying for a loan, can be done with just a few taps on your phone or clicks on a computer. No queues, no paperwork, no bank branches. This is the promise of digital-only banks. But what are they, and can they truly replace traditional banks? Today, we're diving into the rise of digital-only banks to understand their benefits, challenges, and role in the future of banking. Let's get started. Digital-only banks, also known as neobanks, are a new breed of banks that operate entirely online. Unlike traditional banks, they don't have physical branches. Instead, these banks provide services through mobile apps and websites, leveraging the power of modern technology to make banking more accessible, smooth, and user-friendly. Think of them as the tech-savvy cousin of traditional banks. They offer a wide range of services, including savings accounts, credit cards, bill payments, and even loans, everything you'd expect from a typical bank, but exclusively in digital form. By eliminating the need for physical infrastructure, digital-only banks focus heavily on delivering convenience, innovation, and efficiency. One of the biggest draws of digital-only banks is their cost-effectiveness. Without the need to maintain branches or large in-person staff, these banks save significantly on operational costs. These savings often translate to benefits for customers, such as lower fees, reduced account maintenance charges, and better interest rates on savings. Another major advantage is accessibility. Digital-only banks provide 24/7 access to banking services, freeing customers from traditional banking hours. Whether you're traveling abroad or handling finances late at night, your bank is always just a tap away. User experience is another highlight. Digital-only banks use intuitive apps and interfaces, simplifying complex banking operations like account setups, fund transfers, and investments. Many customers appreciate how quick and straightforward it is to open an account, sometimes within minutes, and start using the services right away. Finally, digital-only banks often provide innovative financial tools to help customers track expenses, set savings goals, or even monitor credit scores. These value-added services enhance financial literacy and decision-making. The rise of digital-only banks ties closely to broader changes in how consumers approach banking. Lifestyle shifts, particularly among younger, tech-oriented generations, have created a demand for faster and more accessible financial solutions. For many, the traditional model of physically visiting a bank branch feels outdated in an era where almost every other activity, from shopping to socializing, can be done online. The pandemic further accelerated this transition. With lockdowns and social distancing measures in place, people turned to online and mobile banking platforms more than ever before. What started as a necessity quickly became a preference for many. The convenience of branchless banking was a revelation to those who were hesitant about adopting new technology. Additionally, digital-only banks find particular appeal among millennials and Gen Z customers, who value speed, simplicity, and transparency in every aspect of their lives, including banking. A new generation of customers is asking, why go to a bank when the bank can come to me? While digital-only banks bring many advantages, they also come with their fair share of challenges. One of the most significant hurdles is accessibility for less tech-savvy individuals. Many older customers, or those in areas with limited internet connectivity, may find the all-digital approach difficult to navigate. Cybersecurity is another concern. With digital banks storing sensitive financial data online, any breach could expose customers to identity theft or fraud. Although most digital-only banks have robust encryption and security measures in place, the risk of cyber attacks is an ongoing concern that cannot be ignored. Customer service also poses a potential drawback. Traditional banks offer in-person assistance that digital-only banks cannot replicate. If you face issues with your account, you might miss the ability to simply walk into a branch and seek help from a bank representative. Although many digital banks offer round-the-clock customer support through chat or calls, it doesn't always match the personalized service of face-to-face interactions. Another challenge is the lack of trust-building opportunities. For many customers, the physical presence of a bank branch instills a sense of security and reliability. Without this, digital-only banks need to work harder to gain the trust of skeptical users. Lastly, system outages or connectivity problems could disrupt banking services, leaving customers locked out of their accounts temporarily. reliance on technology brings convenience but also vulnerabilities. So, are digital-only banks the future of banking? The answer isn't a simple yes or no. Instead, the future likely involves a mix of both traditional and digital banking models. Digital-only banks are undoubtedly here to stay. Their lower operating costs, innovative features, and ability to adapt to customer needs make them a force to reckon with in the industry. As technology continues to evolve, these banks are likely to refine their offerings further, improving security, accessibility, and overall user experience. However, it's unlikely that traditional banks will vanish entirely. They serve a diverse audience, many of whom still rely on in-branch services for advice, complex transactions, or simply the reassurance of face-to-face interaction. Instead of being replaced, traditional banks are beginning to integrate more digital services to remain competitive. Many are adopting a hybrid model, combining the best of both worlds, branch access alongside advanced digital features. The future of banking might revolve around choice. Customers could pick the banking experience that best suits their needs, whether that's fully digital, entirely traditional, or somewhere in between. To wrap up, digital-only banks are changing the way we think about managing our money. They offer exciting benefits like lower costs, greater convenience, and innovative tools, but they also present challenges in accessibility, security, and trust. Whether they become the dominant banking model or coexist with traditional banks remains to be seen. What do you think about digital-only banks? Are you ready to embrace branchless banking, or do you prefer having the option to visit a physical branch? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights into the future of finance. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll explore practical tips for navigating the digital banking world with confidence. See you soon.